Hello, thank you for joining me today. Today, we are going to talk about emergency preparedness in the dental office and why it is that simplicity truly matters when you're saving a life. As some of you may know, I'm Julie Erickson. I am the key product specialist with Young Surgical. And I've met a lot of you over the years. I've worked with as your American Eagle specialist for about 6 years recently. So I've met a lot of you and I've worked with some of you closely as well. I went to one of the trade shows down in Mission, Texas this year with Renee, which was amazing. And I'm looking forward to continuing to support you guys with this new product line. So my goal today here is really to show you how the VitalertKit Kit it removes the complexity from the emergency situation. It saves your offices time and money, and it really gives your dental teams the confidence that they need when these emergencies do happen, which they hopefully don't. So, medical emergencies are rare, but when they do happen, stress is really high and time matters. So, the more complicated your emergency kit is, the harder it is for people to respond very quickly to a situation. And VitalertKit Kit was really built around one main idea to make the right response very obvious and clear and fast and allow the people to get the job done. So, we also have made it really easy for your clients to replenish all of their meds once a year with our refill kit. It saves the practice a ton of time and money, and they're not tracking individual medications, and it's just a much more cost-effective solution. So, VitaLert does solve several pain points that different dental offices really do struggle with. One is obviously compliance. It's one of those things that they know they have to do, they don't love to do it, it costs a lot of money. So, if we can simplify that for them, that's a huge win for them and for you. So, we've made it real simple and predictable with the VitaLert kit. And our annual replenishment that we have, our refill kits, they really eliminate that constant tracking of expiration dates and wondering if the meds got put in, if they're current, and just no worries that they are compliant. So all of our kits are tailored. We have, of course, your adult kit, the pediatric kit, and the combo, which is both the adult and pediatric epinephrine pen in it. They are color coded, so that organization kind of removes a lot of guesswork in the emergencies, and we'll go into that in a little more detail a few slides from now. But the teams, they love it. It makes it so easy to have a reference card to know if this is happening, this is what you do, and here's the medication. It's very easy to use and they really like it. So another bonus is that your team and customers all get ongoing support as well as CE training. So this really isn't just a kit with Vitalert, it truly is a system. So VitalertKit Kit combines three critical components. One is obviously a complete emergency kit. Two is it has individually packaged medications, which a lot of states do require to be compliant. And then three, an annual replenishment program. As we've talked a little bit about, it really helps simplify the process. Um, in all states that I've ever worked with, dental offices are completely responsible for ensuring that their medications in their emergency kit are not expired to be compliant. And most of the different medications expire within 12 to 18 months. A couple last a little longer, but managing that individually, one med expires here and then the next month and the next month, it becomes a real huge burden operationally for these offices, and the doctors don't want to deal with it. The staff is annoyed by it because it's not really what they trained to do. So, our annual replenishment refill kits with Vitalert really stops that in its track, what we call the individual insanity, which is that tracking and the ordering and the shipping and the replacing of all the meds one at a time. It all is simplified with our refill kit. So let's take a look closer at what's actually inside our Vitalert kits. So this is the foundational essential Vitalert kit. It includes all of your essential emergency medications like your albuterol, epinephrine, the glucose, nitroglycerin, aspirin, and all those different required supplies. that help them be compliant. It is organized in this nice customized storage case. And I do want to note that with this essential basic kit, the epinephrine does come in a vial form with a single dose syringe. So I always like to ask practices and team members, if an allergic emergency happened right now and you had this kit, would you feel comfortable administering epinephrine? Because you would need to dose it out to a child dosage, which is 1.5 milligrams, or an adult dosage, which is 3 milligrams. Um, and that is based on weight. 66 pounds and under is a child, and 66 pounds and over is an adult. So, for offices wanting even more confidence with their emergency medications, the Plus Adult Kit here adds the epinephrine autoinjector, which our form is the AviQ, which a lot of people are familiar with. It does talk instructions when you open the lid, so it's very user friendly in an emergency situation. It also includes Narcan spray, CPR face shield, ammonia, towelettes, and then it does have an optional space as well for flumazenil if they decide to use that. This really helps the office remove the hesitation. There's no mixing, there's no figuring out what the dosage, no calculation. They just grab it and respond. So, if your practice treats children, pediatric preparedness is very essential. It's key. This kit will mirror the adult version, but it also includes the pediatric dosed epinephrine pen or the AVQ. This ensures their team's ready regardless of the patient's age. The pediatric epidosage is appropriate for patients under 66 pounds, like I mentioned earlier. So, if your pedo office does treat older patients or older children, they would really need to get the combo kit with both the adult and the child epi options available to make sure that they're covered in case of an emergency. And finally, here is the combo kit. This one is covering both adult and pediatric patients in one solution. It also allows a space in there for the newer needle-free options like the Neffy nasal spray. That's a newer, very new option. It's a great alternative for teams who are hesitant with injections or really uncomfortable with injections. The Neffy is a great option. So this is where your VitalertKit kit truly stands apart. Each emergency type is one, color coded, two, it's numbered, and three, they match directly to the medication down in the case. And there's also this built in reference card that you see right now showing symptoms, management steps, and different drug treatments depending on the situation. So it's right there when you need it. It makes it very calming and easy to handle situations in emergency. Now, here's the current list pricing for each kit option, and this is the suggested retail. But what's really important for these offices to understand isn't just the price, even though they're going to see a huge gap in price between us and some of the competition out there, which is great. But it really is about the time saved and the compliance ensured and the confidence that they will gain by having a kit, knowing that everything is handled, they only have to deal with it once a year, and they are in good hands. When you are comparing the VitaLert kit to other emergency kits, really pay attention to a few key factors. One is, do they have color coded organization? Is it easy to match up the meds to the situation? Do they have built in reference guides or inclusion of the auto injectors that make it easier? Is there an annual replenishment compatibility or memberships or fees that go with that? Because remember, not all kits are created equal. So, Health First is one of the market leaders out there you've probably run across in your time in the field. They're known for their auto ship subscription plan. So, that basically means, oh, your aspirin is expiring in 2 months. So, we're going to send you out a new $5 bottle of aspirin. And along with that comes a $15.99 shipping charge. And that is with every single med they send out. It has an individual shipping charge, and they are notorious for sending out meds many months before the expiration. So a lot of offices don't like that inflexibility or the lack of control over their situation with their emergency kits. Ours solves for that with the annual replenishment. So when looking at this chart, you see the different costs between Health First Combo Kit and our Vitalert Combo Kit. And when you factor that in, you also need to factor in staff time, shipping, wasted medications, and then different manual tracking of these meds. Um, with all of those factors, Vitalert really consistently better delivers long-term value for your customers. So as you can see on this chart, the Vitalert Combo Kit is around $3,700 after 5 years for the total. And then after 5 years, Health First broaches over $6,000, which is close to double the cost of Vitalert over that 5 year period. Now, this is where the practices really start seeing and feeling the biggest relief. Once per year, everything is refreshed. Now, let me say that one more time. Once per year, every item is refreshed at one time. So every medicine and item in the kit replaced. That alone makes the responsibility on these offices for being compliant just super easy. They love it. It's one and done. It's even easier with the expired medications because we send them a prepaid mailer to help send them back for safe disposal. These refill kits with Vitalert are designed specifically for the color-coded confidence case. You simply replace the contents annually. There is no guesswork, there's no partial orders, no expired meds slipping through and they forgot about. There's no additional shipping fees. It is one cost. It is truly one and done, which resonates very loudly with offices because anytime you can simplify their processes and save them money, it's a huge win for them and it's a huge win for you. So I'm going to leave you with two questions to ask your customers when you're talking about their emergency meds. By the way, you will have to bring up the conversation. You'll need to start that by just asking, have you checked on your emergency kit lately? Let's go take a look at it. And I can give you tips and hints as well on how to broach that conversation. But the two questions that I want you to ask are how many staff hours are spent tracking and ordering emergency meds just today? And then secondly, I want you to ask them how much money is wasted on repeated small medicine shipments throughout the year because most doctors don't even track the total amounts they're spending. They get billed 25 bucks this month and 17 bucks the next month and 80 bucks the next month. They don't ever add it all up and see that it's actually about 12 or $1,300. So the annual replenishment with Vitaler solves both of those questions. With Vital Alert Kit, we are proud to also provide free staff webinars and emergency preparedness CE education for your offices and doctors. We really want to help you help your clients stay confident and current in the dental field. So, here at Young Surgical, we are also happy to support you as much as we can with marketing tools, tear pads, comparison flyers, a lot of which you'll see here. We really want to help educate you and help you communicate with your customers to help really show them that value and the support that you can offer them with these products. To summarize, with the annual replenishment, the dedicated account support, complimentary CE, the fast color coded emergency response cards, and coloring, and over 25 years of trusted experience, we really just want to reinforce that when saving a life, simplicity truly, truly matters. Well, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for your time. And just remember that our goal here with Young Surgical and VitalAlert is really simple. We want to help your practices stay compliant, confident, and prepared when it matters most in an emergency. And we're here to support you in supporting your customers. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have or help you choose any kind of kit for your customers. Or if you'd like me to talk to your customers, I'm happy to do that as well. Just feel free to send me an email or text or call me, and I'm happy to assist. Looking forward to working with you guys in 2026. Have a great day.